First time hitting traffic. I've been on the road since about 11:30 p.m. last night. Oh wow! Look what happens to be in front of me, guys. 5 and 34. That's 27. Well, that's 5-7. All right, and you get the 27 out of that. Wow! Right when all of a sudden the first piece of traffic. And look what I happen to see. As soon as I pull my camera out, I'm trying to show you guys the view. I wasn't even thinking about showing you any gang stalking, but there you go, right there. First time I hit traffic. As soon as I pull my phone out. That right there represents 27. That's how the game works now. Can anybody tell where I am based upon what you're seeing? Everything was going pretty smooth as soon as I turned my camera on. Now I got traffic and big red trucks in the way. It was nothing but beautiful mountain views and trees. I wish I would have got my camera out sooner. Sorry, guys. Been on the road since 11:30 p.m. last night. And one thing I will say is I do not recommend long trips, long travel with EVs, electric vehicles. I don't recommend you take a long look. I was gonna jump right in front of you with a big rig truck. These big rigs have been acting up the entire time I've been on the road. Damn, now we got a little traffic. I was flowing. I get traffic as soon as we get 27 on the clock. Now I'm stuck, like Chuck. I might be able to read some comments now. Now that now that I'm in traffic. As soon as I start live, I get my first piece of traffic. Ain't that something? Well, I guess I'll be able to read the comments and engage with you guys. Wow, it's like almost 100 people in here. I just turned this thing on. Well, guys, I'm taking a road trip. I might as well, since it's looking like this one is going to turn up a little bit. You guys are interested. I was going to just turn the camera on and show you guys the view. But as soon as I turn the camera on, I hit traffic and all the mountain views are far away now. Can't really see them the same. It was so beautiful. Still not bad. Of course, the truck has to be right here with me so I can have that claustrophobic boxed in feeling. All right. Yeah, here go another one just to make sure, reinforce it. They gotta make sure to stay right with me so I feel like I'm boxed in between the truck and the wall. And third is another one coming behind them. All trucks are gonna be on the right side. They use these trucks to the extreme. I'm gonna turn my air on now. Yeah, they use these trucks to the extreme. This is my first road trip in a few years, guys. I haven't taken a road trip since 2022. Yeah, these big rig 18 wheelers, they're out here thirsty for blood. Y'all TIs, be careful if you get the same kind of target I get. These big rig 18 wheelers are these drivers are thirsty for blood. They're ruthless and they're murderers. So they run many people off the road. I'm pretty sure with TIs target individuals. They've been giving me hell the whole time. I'm just glad it didn't rain. It would have been a lot worse. What's going on, guys? Hit the like button, guys. I got like 110 people in here with like 6 likes. Hit the like button for me. And I'll stick around for a little bit. I can't quite read the comments as usual because I'm driving right now. I'm on the highway, but we're starting to run into some traffic, so I might be able to do so. Let me turn the super turbo off. I don't need turbo anymore. I'll put it on whisper. Now I'm in traffic, so I don't need to. I don't need to. You know, I don't need to be in turbo mode. Yeah, low traffic in the middle of the day, 11:30. We got 27 on the clock. That car right there behind me just jumped behind me as soon as that 27 hit. Like they get activated like the Matrix. and they would just like crash, like use their bodies as like kamikazes to attack. The funniest scene to me reminded me of Gangstalking, where you had the guy laying in bed with his wife, and then Neo's riding down in the street. This guy's in a high rise, all the way up in the air somewhere, like on the 50th floor. Uh, but Neo was riding by, you know, riding through, fighting bots. The Matrix, the last Matrix movie, we had the long hair, and the guy was laying in bed with his wife, but he was a bot. He was a gang stalker, so he got the alert. As soon as that thing activated, my man jumped out of bed and threw himself out the window to try to slam his body into Neo, who was riding down the street making progress and on a motorcycle. So he just crashed out. And it was funny because when he crashed himself through the window, his wife screamed out. You know what I mean? I wish more people's wives, these men's wives, would scream out when they see them activated and participating in this target and stuff. Even though that's an extreme example, but it's pretty much the same thing. Stuff for these truckers do it, but they got these big rig trucks, and they try to use them as weapons to hurt TIs on the highway. You know, yeah. This is the first piece of traffic that I've seen. Now I don't got the nice mountain views no more. Sorry guys, it's a little bit like literally it was like maybe I started a little bit 5-10 minutes too late. You hit the like button for me. When I get out, let me see if I can. I can't really get the comments right here on this highway. I'm not gonna do that. Um, I'm not used to this route. I'm riding north. I'm going back to my hometown. My mother got in contact with me, said they were having some issues back home with my sister, her husband, and you know some family issues. So I had to drop everything and just go ahead and drive home, and I'm gonna spend a few days back in my hometown, guys, and I'm gonna show you the gang stalking, how it travels with you. You know what I mean? I'll let you know if you guys know where I'm from. You know my hometown. You'll know where I'm going, but I'll wait till I get there to show you. But one thing I will tell you guys is on my travels up this highway, it's just been the exact same gang stalking that it's always been everywhere I go, no matter what. Like I say, this is my first time taking a trip in almost 3 years. Wow, that's crazy. Almost 3 years. This is my first time taking a trip, and I've just been grinding and working, and it's been busy. So yeah, this is they've gang stalked the whole way up. As I'm riding up the highway, they got so many vehicles, almost every vehicle. What they do is, like I always tell you guys, they're behind me. They'll speed up. I'll see them in the rearview mirror. They'll speed up, so they can synchronize. Like I always use 27 to keep it simple for you guys. So they'll speed up when 27 is on the clock, just to whiz by me. It's stupid as shit, right? That's what they do on the highway. Now the big rig trucks do more. They try to cause accidents. They use them trucks, those huge big rig trucks, to speed by me, and they got to be in their lane right next to me. You know what I mean? A lot of times they're carrying like large loads. They're carrying, or the car racks that just bounce all around. I mean, it's crazy what they do to us, man. And it's so clandestine. It's so sneaky. And if something was to happen, it would look like just a random accident that happened on the highway. But these big rig trucks have been almost in a way like deputized. You know what I mean? They definitely been activated to try to hurt TIs on the highway. So y'all be careful out there. Get your dash cams. You know what I'm saying? Catch these idiots. Imagine the lawsuit. You know what I mean? They carry big insurance policies. These trucks, and when you get into an issue with them, those insurance policies can be great. Matter of fact, when I was in Tampa a couple years ago, last time I traveled, I was in Tampa. That's the last trip I took, 2022, and a guy hit me. When the gang stalker hit me, he hit my car. He ran the red light and hit me. They were mad. I was having a decent time down in Tampa. They started attacking me so bad. Again, I always talk about. I had a video of it. It's on my channel. It's called it should be called Gang Stalking Hell in Florida. I don't remember. I might have changed the title, but the thumbnail has a woman in front of like a bunch of Florida oranges on a tree, and she has like a scowl on her face, looking angry. She kind of looks like my ex-wife, who I believe is still in Florida. But anyway, what I was saying was, yeah, so I'm traveling up the road, and they're just doing the same old regular, degular gang stalking. Let me give you an example. We got 33 on the clock right now. Okay, really it's 34. That's 27. So watch him speed past me. See how he drove up and sped past me. You didn't see any other cars. Behind speed up. Right there is 27. Okay, 11. All right, 2, and it comes speed past my. Even though they're not really speeding like they usually would be, they're just driving past looking normal, probably because I'm recording. But they do that every time. 27 is on the clock. And I keep telling you guys, you don't. And if as I sit here and continue to record, you won't see any other cars like just happening to pass me like that, unless I show you that 27 is on the clock. There's a few other numbers they use, but I don't know if you guys. He's, you know what I mean. There we go. And it's not just regular. I've been driving. I've been on the road with a driver's license on the highway since 2021. I know what it's like. I know what normal traffic feels like. Okay, people pass. You want no, no, no. I watch these people in the rearview mirror speed up. Again, they just have to do something to you. With me, they got to do something at all times. Like for instance, I was in one of my charging locations last night in the parking garage, and they had to make sure that when 27 was on the clock, somebody did something, and made the whole parking garage shake, so I would feel the vibration. I had all my windows covered up. I couldn't see anybody. I even had music on, so I probably didn't hear any noise campaigns at all, right? So they got to find some kind of way to affect me. So they had somebody drive. You know how if you ever been in a parking garage, you know how it is. Somebody drives over a ramp or something, it'll shake the whole thing. Yeah, so I couldn't see them, I couldn't hear them, so they made sure that I could feel them. That's how it works with me, guys. They got to make sure that when something is happening, I have to have some kind of effect for the program to have the proper harassment, kind of clandestine, covert harassment effect, where it affects my psyche, where other people can't see it. If you try to show it, if you try to speak about it, you can sound crazy. But the fact that Ultra, see the Ultra, I guess I'm on the MK Ultra. But anyway, what was I saying? Yeah, they gotta do something that has to be extremely consistent and repetitive, no matter how small it is. As long as I notice it, and long as it's done on a time schedule, it's supposed to create again psychological operations. It's a tedious, method to break your mind down. If your mind isn't strong, luckily I'm aware. I've done my study. Here's 27 for you guys again. 27 right there on the truck next to me. I hope you guys saw that. Look at that nice mountain covered in trees. Yeah, I'm not used to all that. I never take this route, so I'm really glad I took this route. I'm enjoying it. I tell you what, if I would have took my expected route that I always take my whole life, just to go right up the highway that I usually would take, they would have had so many gang stalking activities waiting for me. But I'm pretty sure they've been able to catch up now. Like I said, I've been on the road since 11:30 p.m. last night. So, and I had to stop. Okay, the reason why it's still taking so long because I had to stop. I already had to stop twice to charge my vehicle up. So, like I said, I don't recommend long road trips in these EVs. I'm gonna end up having to stop again before I even get to my destination. That'd be a third time. Typically, when you fill a gas tank up, the trip that I'm taking is really about it's really between 11 and 13 hour trip coming from Atlanta. And when I would do it with a gas vehicle, I probably would need to fill up the tank maybe twice at the most. But it's looking like with this, I'm anticipating 4 times. Um, I'm already at 2, and I'm still about. Let me see how far away I am. Give me 1 second, guys. Yeah, so I'm still like 5 hours and some change away. So I'm anticipating to have to stop to get a charge at least 2 more times. But what I will tell you guys, anyone who thinks about it, you can find chargers though. It's not like it's hard to get to them. They are up and down the highway. I had a little bit. Not really. It's not hard to find the chargers. You know, you just got to make sure you map it out. You plan it. You know the mileage. You got to know how much mileage you have left, how far it is to get there. You also want to make sure it's working. You want to make sure that if you got the app, or you can even call and make sure that the one you're going to is in working condition. Because sometimes you drive up and down, you drive far, you get so low, and you're happy you made it to the charging destination, but it's not working. It's broken. So now you got to drive who knows how many miles to the next one. So you got to be responsible to drive the EV. It's not like gas where you just pull over, get you some of those fossil fuels and go. No, I mean, get you some fuel and go. It's not like that. But it's a minor inconvenience. Overall, I enjoy the experience. I enjoy the EV experience though. Overall, the drive of it, and I don't miss going to the gas station or nothing like that. All right, let me see what else is going on. So, like I told you guys, yeah, I'm going back to my hometown, my home area. I'll know exactly what it is when I get there, and I'll show you how it travels. I mean, it's been traveling with me up the highway the whole time. I stopped off at the charging spot. Both times I was gang stalked. The first time it was like early in the morning, like 2 a.m., 2 to 4. So it was very light gang stalking. It was that time of night, and the part of the highway I was on wasn't much going on over there. But when I got, sorry guys, uh, YouTube just sent some kind of a message. You guys hit the like button for me. I got about 89, 90 people in here with 11 likes. If you are a real person, not a bot, hit the like button for me, please. It'll let people know that I'm live. I want this message to get out. What I'm doing here is I'm just gonna show you guys for the few days I'm up here. I'll be doing lives because I don't have space on my phone. Uh, I try to do videos, but I just don't have the space, man. I don't know. But so I'll just be doing live, showing you the gang stalking that I experienced, like all the way in a different region of the country. I'm going up north, so I'll show you guys what the gang stalking is like, how it travels. Because I haven't been out of state, like I told you, in a little while. So you guys have been seeing the same shit, same people. But I'm gonna show you a whole different state. Every time I show you the tags in front of it with the 27 on it, you're gonna see the state that I'm in, and it's gonna be the same exact tactics. Both both charging stations that I went to so far, gang stalking, especially the second one. I pulled up. It was already a dude sitting there charging up a Mercedes van, and he gang stalked. He literally waited until like I finally. It took me almost an hour to get the charger started, which is crazy, right? Then I had to sit there for like 2 hours, almost 2 hours, about an hour and a half for it to start. Then I fell asleep, and they charged me extra $10 for sitting there. That sucked. But as soon as my percentage said 27, because it has a screen, everybody can see the screen. As soon as it said 27, he jumps up out his. He didn't move the whole time. He sitting there with his head down, looking at the phone or something. He's parked next to me at the charging station. He was there when I got there. Never been there in my life. And it's on the road. Hit the GPS to find the closest one. Soon as that 27 hit on my charger, my battery percentage on the screen, he jumps up. Not to mention it was also one of those times on the clock. So that might have just been a convenience as far as coincidence. As far as the 27, I got a video of it by the way. I'll post it. Um, yeah, he jumped up, but also one of the times on the clock were on the clock when he got up, he jumped up. So the 27 on my battery percentage might have just been a coincidence. But that's how this matrix works. And then when he came back to the van from the gas station, it was also one of the times on the clock. It was actually like 8:45, something like that. Also one of the times in my program. The 45 is the backwards 24 because I'm on the 24/7 surveillance. I think he saw me recording him. He was so embarrassed. He didn't even the whole time he didn't even get back into his driver's seat of the car. But I fell asleep. By the time I woke up, he was gone. Sorry, I'm not reading comments, guys. I gotta focus on this road. This is a new road to me, strange road, and Got to be careful. One thing I will say about traveling like this, oh, and yeah, and the police, I've only encountered law enforcement, as far as I can remember, 2 or 3 times, and every those times that I came across them, they were gang stalking. They were synchronizing with me. They were jumping on the highway, right? A stretch of the highway, 27's on the clock. They happen to do, right? This is what this guy's getting ready to do. We got 27 on the clock. You see this car maneuvering? You didn't see any other cars doing this, right? See that? Well, we just had 27 on the clock. It just changed from when I looked at it when he was coming up. It was 11:44. I mean 11:43. That's another way to get 27. So he sped up to be able to drive past me at that particular time. Um, yeah. So the way he was, I saw him in the rearview mirror. They do it all the time. I told you guys the rapper T.I. Look at you guys right trying to jump. I told you guys the rapper T.I. Did the same thing to me 2 nights ago. I told you guys a story in my live. You know, I had his DJ in my car. I picked him up from his wife's party, and he did that whole speed up on me when 27 was on the clock, and be right next to me with 27 and whiz by. And it's funny, we were on 285 when it happened out there in Atlanta. 285, you know, he won like 100. And then as I'm riding up here today, a T.I. song came on my XM radio. It said T.I. 24. She had a song back in the day. A lot of y'all are too young. It was called 24. It's one of my favorites. So it's kind of ironic. I'm a T.I. They keep having me bump into T.I. when I'm in Atlanta. He had a song called 24. I'm under 24-hour surveillance. They always use number 24 in my thing. See how the universe is weird. Yeah, they had me bumping into T.I. like two times this month alone. And I'm a T.I. So someone's getting a good chuckle out of setting up that, playing with this matrix stuff and this bread and whatever, you know, they're playing with this stuff. They know what they're doing. Sorry, I'm not reading comments. We got 137 people in here. You guys hit the like button for me again. My likes and my people in the room are not adding up. If anybody just coming in, if you're new to the channel, things of that nature, this is a gang stalking channel. I speak about community harassment, targeting, stalking. That's systematic. It seems to be funded by our government. As I'm going up and down this highway, it's like interstate. It's like you have interstate crime. It becomes federal. So the fact that my targeting is interstate obviously is federal, right? But they lie and say that they're not doing anything. All right, we're moving a little bit. I got to put my car back in medium turbo. How about medium turbo? It's not open road yet, but it's not traffic. So I'm going to put it on medium. You know what I'm saying? Give it a little bit of juice, right? Make the trip a little fun. But anyway, oh, and another thing is, before I get back to the police synchronizing with me, another thing about the vehicle is, it's just like that Tesla right there. This vehicle is driving itself. As a matter of fact, why am I gassing it right now? Anyway, the vehicle has been driving itself like it is right now. See, I take my feet off. It brakes and accelerates all by itself. I don't even have to. I don't have to. I don't have to do it. So that's been definitely helping me on this trip. Save energy. You'd be surprised how much energy you utilize just accelerating and braking on a road trip. So here we are in the future, 2025. We got more than just cruise control. This thing will brake and accelerate by itself. See that little blue thing in front of the car? That right there is the sensors, so it won't get too close to another car. It'll adjust the speed. It knows when there's a car in front of me, so it'll adjust the speed. And once we come up, there's a rest stop. It'll adjust the speed by itself. Man, too bad we got the raggedy trees now, man. It was beautiful some miles back. You guys got to see the end of it. The mountainous trees and all that. Right here it looks a little shabby, but back there it was a beautiful sight. I mean, I really saw some really beautiful stuff taking this route. I took a video at the very beginning of sunset when it was still dark and I was riding through the mountains at night. I'll show it to you guys because I did a video. I think I was talking about something, I don't know. I wasn't even going to talk on this video. I really was just going to start the video off and just show you guys the mountains and all that, but it disappeared once I started and traffic started, and then the room filled up. So I figured I might as well start talking to you guys while I'm driving. I'm just riding down a lonely highway, a targeted individual, going up to see the family, my drama family. Had a little drama going on up there. So I'm going here and see what's happening. My mom helped me out recently helped me out with some stuff. So even though she does participate, but she helped me out with some stuff. So it's good to have people's back that has yours, right? So one thing before I get again before I get to the police officer thing again, one thing I want to say is a TI. One thing you got to learn, and it's something that I had to learn now that I'm 40. Um, well, 41. Now I had to learn this as well as, especially as a TI, you can't cut everyone off. I know a lot of you don't. I'm probably to talk to myself because I was the worst one with this, but a lot of you stick around your perps anyway because for safety and security. But I was the one that just left and everything and just been on my own all these for some years now, almost about 5 years now. I left my home in August, I believe it was August 2020 is when I left my ex-wife, and I've been on my home since. Highway, as far as I was talking about law enforcement, like I really see law enforcement on this highway. I'm assuming because of all the cameras and everything, they don't do policing the same. Usually, you would see police, staked out on the side of the road trying to catch you speeding and watching shit, but you don't see that anymore. They got cameras, they don't do it the same way, But the two encounters that I did have, I think it was like maybe like in northern, no, like maybe like northern Georgia, you know what I mean, southern Tennessee. Some local police officers, it might have been state. I don't recognize the cars. It was dark, but they, rolled up, did the same synchronization that all the other cars do, all the other, the same exact thing, and that was it, you know. And then they zoomed on past, and then they jumped off the exit and went back around and whatever they was doing in their neighborhood. But they just had to jump on the highway, synchronize with me, same like everybody else. They just happen to be law enforcement. It's insane. They've really broken down our idea of what a civil society is really about. You know, the law enforcement be above it. Either law enforcement should be doing this shit only, or the civilians. But when you got both of them doing it, it's like it blurs the lines. Like how 251 people. Welcome in, guys. Welcome in. But like I was saying, when they got law enforcement and the civilians out here doing this stuff, was targeting and doing all the synchronizations and playing these games with you, it really breaks down your faith in the system and your faith in, civil society and, wanting to follow rules and different things like that because it's like, you use a law enforcement job is supposed to protect and serve, but you got them out here participating. Either you got them out here doing what it's funding, it's in the funding to get the Homeland Security money or whatever, but you got them out here doing these harassment tactics and these petty little things, and they're law enforcement. And then you got the people out in the streets, these civilians, I assume, doing the same stuff. It kind of makes you, it just kind of makes you lose a little bit of respect for law enforcement and the rule of law in general, just any laws and norms. I mean, they break all your privacy, all of your intimate moments, everything, anything you can imagine, they invade, but then they expect you to go out here and respect social norms and things that they might find appalling or they don't like. They want you to be adhere to it, but you got to just accept whatever the fuck they're doing to you. So I get it. Power. That's what power is gonna do. They got wealth, power, money, and they're gonna abuse you. But it's not okay. You know what I mean? I'm speaking about it, but I'm not naive. I know it's gonna happen. It happens. But it's just but the fact that you use law enforcement.